He says it in front of everyone. I just think someone wasn't really paying attention here. A beat of silence, just long enough to land, and then you do something remarkable. You laugh, not a nervous laugh, not a defensive laugh, a warm, melodic, perfectly calibrated laugh. Ha! Yeah, you're probably right. I'll take another look. Linda, 2 seats down, visibly relaxes. Derek nods, satisfied. The room moves on. Nobody saw it. The heat in your chest. The sentence you swallowed whole. The version of you that almost said what you actually meant. Here's what you need to understand. That was not weakness. That was not spinelessness. That was not a flaw in your personality that needs fixing. That was your nervous system executing a survival reflex so precise, so practiced, so deeply encoded that you didn't even choose it. It just ran. You are not a pushover. You are a survival masterpiece whose alarm system is still calibrated for a war that ended years ago. Think about where you actually learned to do this. Not in a classroom, not from a book. You learn to read the room before you learn to read chapter books. You learn that footsteps have a language, that silence has a temperature, that the way someone sets down a glass tells you everything you need to know about the next 2 hours. Because where you grew up, the emotional weather wasn't background noise. It was the forecast you lived by. Psychologists call it a high contingency environment, the clinical version of a very simple equation. When they were upset, you were not safe. Their mood was your reality. Their tension was your emergency. Their anger was the storm you learned to see coming 12 minutes before it hit. So you adapted. You became the peacemaker. Not because someone assigned you the role, because you were small and you were smart. And keeping them happy was the only trick you had that made things a little less bad. You learned that being needed feels like love. You learned that agreeable keeps the rug from being pulled out from under you. None of that was a choice. You didn't decide to become this. You survived into it. And those reflexes, the ones built at age 7, age 9, age 11, they never got the memo that you're an adult now. They are still running. Right now, in a conference room. On Derek, look at you. You are the smoothest person in this room right now. Completely at ease, effortlessly warm. Linda thinks you're totally fine. Derek thinks you agree with him. Here's what they cannot see. Your brain is screenshotting everything. Every pause Derek takes, every word he overemphasizes. The micro-expression that flashed across Linda's face when he said your name. To everyone else, it's just a meeting. To you, it's a surveillance operation. Because a tone change isn't just a tone change to you. It's a threat detection event. This is what psychologists call emotional labor. The invisible, exhausting cost of managing not just your own feelings, but everyone else's at the same time. You are not simply in the room. You are conducting it. You spotted the tension before the first word was spoken. You adjusted the energy before Derek even cleared his throat. You laughed before the room got uncomfortable. So the room never got uncomfortable. And that laughing at a joke that wasn't funny, that wasn't politeness. That was a sophisticated PR campaign for your own survival. Built when you were too young to build anything sturdier. And it costs everything. That bone-deep tiredness you carry home every night. It's not the workload. It's not the commute. It's the performance. Here's the part that changes everything. You are a human lie detector. Your mirror neurons, the part of your brain that reads other people, they don't run at normal speed. They run on steroids. When Derek gets defensive, you don't just observe it. You feel it. In your chest. Before his face even finishes shifting. You download other people's emotional states the way a phone downloads software. automatic, instant, whether you want to or not. So when you smile and soften, when you reach for warmth at the exact moment you most want to go cold, you are not performing for them. You are trying to regulate their nervous system so that yours can finally rest. You are trying to lower the temperature of the room using your own body as the thermostat. But here's what that alarm doesn't know. The meeting is over. Derek went home. You're in your car now, and the alarm is still going. Because the reflexes that kept you safe back then don't check the calendar. They don't know it's safe now. This is the numb survivor, armored by years of endurance, performing calm so perfectly that nobody, not Linda, not Derek, sometimes not even you, knows that you are completely drowning inside it. There it is, that face, the one nobody gets to see. Not Derek, not Linda, not even the people who love you. The world calls that face cold. You call it home. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. The kid who learned to freeze at the sound of footsteps, who made themselves small and soft and easy to be around just to survive the rooms they had no choice but to be in. That I did something extraordinary. They endured. But you are not in that room anymore. And the reflexes that kept you safe back then are costing you something now. They're costing you yourself, your real reactions, your actual presence, the right to exist in a room without managing everyone in it. You don't have to be the reliable one today. You don't have to conduct the orchestra. You don't have to screenshot the room or manage Derek's ego or laugh at one more thing that isn't funny. The child who grew up too fast is allowed to put it down. You are allowed to just be here. If you recognized yourself in any of that, if you've spent years making yourself smaller, softer, easier to be around, that's not a character flaw. That's a pattern. And patterns can be understood. And what could be understood can be changed. If you're tired of performing your own existence, subscribe. We explain the pattern so you can finally put the mask down.